Hi everybody, I hope everybody's having a good day wherever they are. Like I say in all my videos, sometimes I swear and I'm not responsible if anybody gets hurt. And this is entertainment purposes. I'm going to do a reading. Someone asked me about Chris Brown. I don't know too much about him because I'm not into that kind of music. He is from Virginia. May 5th, 1983. He's 36. His height is 6'1". I guess he's single. Yeah, and he's a Taurus, age 36. It doesn't, let me see, does it say anything? Yeah, songwriter, dancer, and actor. He's a hip-hop R&B singer, I guess. I don't know too much about him because I don't listen to his music. Anyway, someone wanted me to do a reading of him, so I'm going to do a reading of Chris Brown and his relationship with P. Diddy. So please tell me about Chris's relationship with P. Diddy. Did they have a good relationship? Please tell me. Please tell me. All right, did he have a good relationship? He was inspired by Bobby Brown, sorry, I keep on saying Bobby Brown. P. Diddy, he was inspired. He thought he was great and limited potential. He thought he would be a good role model, that he looked up to him. He thought he was a great role model. And he was excited about working with him or working in the music business because he did it. And he had the freedom to express himself. And which just came true with him. He became a good singer, and he went with the 8 class people. So yeah, and he was satisfied with his music career and his acting. I don't remember seeing him in anything. And he's a very emotional person, being a Taurus. You know, Tauruses can be only pushed so far, and then they attack. They're steady, but don't push them too much, or they'll attack you. So yeah. He has inner strength. Chris Brown, he's very insecure about his family, his mother and family, and he's secure about his music and his music and his R&B music and his entertainment. So he's secure. He has a lot of pride, He's not bashful about expressing himself. He's like a child inside a man's body. So, with P. Diddy, he was like sort of like a child. P. Diddy took Chris Brown under his wing. But he had some sadness. I think he was depressed because he knew things about P. Diddy, and he didn't like how it was going. So, yeah. And he had a power position being with P. Diddy. He thought he could be promoted to be in P. Diddy's inner circle. So yeah, he had a good career, and his relationship with P. Diddy is okay. All right, I'm going to ask, how did he get along? I know this is about him. How did he get along with his sibling? I think it doesn't say he has any brothers and sisters. Yeah. He has 3 children. You don't have to be married to have. So how does he get along with his kids? That's a good question. How does he get along with his kids? Because nowadays you don't have to be married to have kids, obviously. But how does he get along with Chris Brown? How does he get along with his 3 kids? Please tell me, how does he get along with his 3 kids? Please tell me, how does he get along with his kids, Chris Brown? 3 cards here. And I'm going to ask, with these horoscope signs, how does he get along with his kids? Is he there for him, or is he always working? It says he's very overindulgent with his kids. He likes to spend money on them. Since he has a lot of money, he likes to spend money on his kids, buy him toys. And I don't know what age they are, but, spending money on them, take them to restaurants, amusement parks, or whatever age they are. I don't know how old they are. And he likes to party with his kids, have birthday parties or do something. So he likes to spend a lot of money on his kids. But there's a lot of gossip around his kids, like, they might know something's going on with their father, being with P. Diddy. So there's a lot of gossip. And he does alone time with his kids or himself. He likes to be alone sometimes with his kids, not have the paparazzi around him. He likes to be left alone with his kids or be alone by himself. He's had heartbreaking relationships with his ex-girlfriend, of the mother of his kids, also with P. Diddy. He had heartbreak growing up. And more time, yeah. He had time that he had to reflect on his family. He's fear of change. He doesn't like change. He likes things to be steady. He doesn't like change, like something goes unplanned. He does not like it. Chris Rock is not the type of person who likes change. And I don't know what this word means. Dephonic. I think that means, I'm not sure what that word means, sorry. So it says he had a good relationship with his kids. He's sometimes spoils his kids, give them what they want, which isn't always good, but he tries to be a good father. I'm going to look, how was his relationship with his parents? How was Chris Rock's relationship with the parents? I did his children. Now, how was his relationship with his mother, father, if he have any step parents, step siblings? How was his relationship with his parents? Does he have a relationship? 3 cards, please tell me. Does he have a relationship with his parents? His parents overindulged him when he was a child. They gave him what he wanted, a lot of time, spending money on them as much as they could afford. So he never was like hungry or stuff. So they kind of spoiled him. And they liked to party with his, he was when he was a kid, he liked to have birthday parties. He likes the finer things in life. And he also thought there was 3 crowds. He didn't like his parents or his mother or whoever raised him to look at other people because he would get jealous. He's a jealous person. If someone comes in and wants the attention, he doesn't like to share the attention. And there was gossip like, oh, he's jealous or something. His parents, told him something and he thought it was gossip. And he had a lot of heartbreak. Maybe he had his grandfather or someone he really loved close to him in his family died or something like that. He lost a family member to drugs or alcohol or something like that. Or his grandfather or grandmother or family member died. He had a lot of heartbreak, and there was divorce. Maybe his parents divorced and he ended up being raised by either his mother or his father. Yeah. And he has depression because of the divorce. Because a lot of kids, if you're young, when you get divorced, they blame themselves, which is no good. So he felt hurt from their split. I think his parents split. And he fear of change. Like I said, he does not like change. Chris Rock doesn't like change. He didn't like his parents. Maybe he moved around a lot and he had to, and he didn't want to because, he had to change schools. Maybe he had to change schools and he didn't like it. And like I said, he lost a lot of family members, his grandparents and people, for other ways. So yeah, he lost a lot of family members, I guess. His grandmother, grandfather, grandparents, All right, I'm going to do, what's his relationship now with, right now, since all the scandal went out with with P. Diddy, is he going to be, testifying, Chris Brown? Is he going to testify? Or if he does, if they asked, I don't know if he has testified. But is he going to be testifying against P. Diddy? Please tell me. Is he going to testify or speak out? If it doesn't get called, will he spill the beans and say something? Or is he going to hang with P. Diddy and say, I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to keep my mouth shut? God, there's a lot of overindulgent. He doesn't want to rock the boat. He wants to keep his mouth shut because he knows that people, he likes being popular. He likes the money. He likes to be popular, and he doesn't want to rock the boat. I feel like he doesn't want to rock the boat because if he does say something, he'd want something out of it. He would want, like, if he gets caught his hand in the cookie jar, like with P. Diddy, he'd want something out of it. Maybe he would want a deal with the prosecutor saying that he wouldn't do jail time or he'd have to pay a fine or something. So he likes to be overindulged. Like he'd walk in with a nice suit or a nice outfit. He likes to he's a big money person and he likes to party. In the sense of not always going out to party, even like he went to the parties with P. Diddy, maybe he had one at his own home. There was a lot of heartbreak because he's going to have to say things that he doesn't want to on the stand, or if he doesn't take the stand, he's going to have to speak up and he doesn't want to do it. It's like a divorce with it. I think he was friends with him or knew of him, so it's like they're getting a divorce, he and P. Diddy. It's a lot of heartbreak because he knows a lot of things that went down. I'll look that up. And he has depression, like a lot of people, of these celebrities are depressed, or even the people who aren't, the people just showed up at the party who were, who they didn't mention, they probably have lost too. He has a lot of depression, a lot of pain, emotional pain, because he has to tell the truth. Like, if you're on the stand, you have to tell the truth. Or if not, he's going to have to say the truth, otherwise people won't like will ban his music and protest his music. Yeah, people won't want to listen to his music anymore, so he's depressed if he doesn't speak the truth about P. Diddy. Trying one more time. He's going to one more time get over this hump of going on with P. Diddy, the problems with P. Diddy. He's going to try to go over it, above it, and not let it get to him. He's fear of loss. Like I said, he's fearful that his career might go down the toilet and he loses the money, and his kids, when they get older, won't respect him because of him being around P. Diddy, or he knew of him or went to his parties. So I'm afraid that he feels like he won't be able to see his kids, like won't have custody, be able to see his kids. And he's, like I said, he's fearful of the change. Like the mother of his kids might say, you can't come over and see the kids anymore. Like, or he might not make the music deals that he was supposed to because people will think he's, he's not reliable or has bad company. So, yeah. And he's self-doubt, like he says, oh God, what have I got myself in with P. Diddy or in the crowd? If he wasn't with him as a friend or an acquaintance, if he was an acquaintance of P. Diddy, he's scared of it's going to be a backlash. And he's ignoring the call, like maybe the prosecutors called him and said, you need to, testify, and he doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to the call, like he doesn't want to answer the phone or have his secretary avoid answering the calls, like pretend we're not here. I don't want to answer the phones. I don't want to get involved with P. Diddy's problems. And he's going to be he's critical of himself, saying, why did I get involved with P. Diddy, even if he wasn't in the inner circle? Why did he go to the parties? He feels really guilty and bad about it. So he feels really bad about it. So I'll ask one more question about Chris Brown. So what's the future with Chris Brown? Is he gonna testify, or is he gonna just move on? Or how's his career gonna be? after, you know, the trial, or if he's going to be called, or he might not be called. I don't know if he has been called. I don't really know. But can you please tell me what's going on with Chris Brown after the trial? Is things going to get better, or is he going to burn, you know, and be screwed? All right. He's going to have some opportunities about you know, the trial, and he's going to, maybe he'll write a book about his experience being involved with P. Diddy, or, yeah. And there's new beginnings. Maybe he'll write a song about it, or he might speak up about it. He thinks he's a stable person, you know, he's a very grounded person. See, this is the Pentacles. Yeah, he's a grounded person. He likes to make money and, you know, become even more famous. He wants to be more famous, and, you know, he's a stable person. He's going to try to be calm about P. Diddy and all the things, and move ahead of it. This is the Sun in reverse. He's going to be emotional because it's very overwhelmed. He's fearful about his career because he doesn't know how it's going to play out in the future. He doesn't know. No one knows. You have to, like I said, this is entertainment purpose, and everything isn't set in stone. Things can change. It's up to you to change it. And he has a lot of anxiety about the future. He doesn't know what's going to happen, if he will lose the money, and what his family thinks about him. Yeah, being with him, P. Diddy, or the P. Diddy, or knowing about P. Diddy, it feels like a burden. See, this guy is holding something, and he's trying to move it. It's been a real burden to him, have to be involved, you know, in the trial, or if he's not, he's going to have to think of talking about it, and he doesn't really want to, but he's going to have to, because it's a real burden. And he thinks he's going to overextend himself, like he's going to have to speak the truth. Otherwise, no one will want to listen to his music, or he'll go down. And yeah, he feels like it's a real burden speaking the truth. He really doesn't want to, but he thinks he has to. Yeah, he's a kind of passive-aggressive person. Like, he says things, he doesn't really, he's not like me, who's a Sagittarius that speak. He's a passive-aggressive. He says things, not in a nice way. He's passive-aggressive, and and he wants harmony, and he wants teamwork, and in the future, making more music, you know, making more music, more CDs, making more music videos, make more concerts, you know, videos. He wants to do more, and he wants to be with his family. And he wants harmony. He doesn't like this tension of the past with P. Diddy, or of what's going on. He doesn't want tension anymore. So he doesn't want tension. He thinks it's a burden. He wants it to be gone. He doesn't want a relationship, even if he wasn't like in the inner circle with P. Diddy. He knew of it, and he did go. I'm going to say one more question. Did he really go to those parties? You know, I'll ask 3 cards. Did he go to those parties with P. Diddy? He was aware what was going on in the parties. Chris Brian, he has some feminine things, so he had a woman's intuition, thinking that things weren't going well at the party. He heard rumors that it was not a good place to be, and he lacked patience. Like, I'm not going to stick with this. He didn't like this. He thought this was terrible. He did not like how P. Diddy treated people. He had lack of patience. Like, he had wisdom, thinking, oh, this is stupid. Why am I at these parties? All these people are doing drugs and alcohol, and being, you know, videotaped, and also giving them drugs, and you don't know what could be doing to the drugs. Might give them blackouts and doing things that they would normally do. And he thought it was terrible, and how he thinks P. Diddy took advantage of people. And he's trying to have forgiveness with P. Diddy, even though he's pissed off with him. and angry, I would. He wants to move over and he wants to heal from what he saw, because maybe he'll go to therapy or something, talk to his family members about his feelings or something, because he doesn't like what he saw. It really bothered him. I think he needs to learn to heal himself, because he probably has post-traumatic stress disorder and needs to learn to heal himself. He's very stubborn, though. He's not going to let P. Diddy or the people in the inner circle of P. Diddy get to him. He's going to be stubborn because, you know, he is the bull. You know, Taurus is the bull, so he's not going to take any crap from P. Diddy. You know, if they threaten him, like say, we're going to stop you from making records. You know, we're going to blackball you, we're going to ghost you. He's not going to say, he might say, try it and you'll regret it. So he's not a scared person. He stands up for him. He's very stubborn. And he has a financial, like he had people who's on his side, financial people behind his back. So he's not worried about P. Diddy very much. He says his bark is worse than his bite. So he really isn't worried. But Chris Brown is obsessed with money, so he's really into the money thing. So he's into material stuff. He's very mentalistic, which a lot of Tauruses are. They're into the money and fame. So he knew something was going on, and he was aware, but he didn't like it, and he knew it, and he had wisdom and a lack of patience with it. So he didn't want to be involved with it. After a while, he said, enough is enough. I don't want to be involved and then have criminal activity. So that's all I have to do about Chris Brown. He's a rapper. I don't know his music because I don't listen to it. Till my next video, take care and bye.